No!
That is me in a couple of minutes. And if you're wondering why I scream no, I'm about to survive 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore. And behind me is a wheel with every item obtainable in survival. Every day I will spin this wheel, and whichever item I get, I will have to collect 100 of it. First day, 100 mud brick walls. On day 1, I did the normal stuff, got wood, made tools, and collected more resources. But as I'm doing that, I will tell you more about the rules. Every day I will spin the wheel, whichever item I get, I will collect 100 of it, but I don't have to collect it in that day. I have until the end of 100 days to collect everything. And if you think that's easy, let me remind you. Yeah, that will come up in a few days, but for now I collected sand to smelt into glass for bottles. I used the bottles to turn dirt into mud and collected 100 of it. But to craft mud brick walls you need packed mud, and to get packed mud you need wheat. Day 2, if you thought Netherite Leggings was the only leggings I got, you are wrong. I also got golden leggings, but obviously I wouldn't be able to get it anytime soon, so I crafted a bucket to get seeds. I also jumped down a ravine for the seed. That wasn't close. With a satisfying amount of wheat seeds, I got myself a hoe. Wish it was that easy in real life. I planted the seed. At night, I crafted a bed, but I didn't sleep. I tried to kill skeletons for bones. I also thought about how I'm gonna get 100 leggings until... But of course I didn't do that. Or did I? No, I'm joking. I wish I could have done that. I just continued killing skeletons. Day 3, I used all the bones to grow wheat. I got 15, which wasn't enough for 100 mud bricks, but more than enough to lure cows into a pit. I was longing for a sense of accomplishment, and God gave me a good item that day. To get 100 crafting tables, I just needed 100 logs. So I chopped down a big jungle tree and crafted 100 crafting tables, stored in its own chest. Then I went into a ravine to mine some iron. At night, I tried to kill skeletons for bone meal again, but they were doing way too much damage. So I went back into the cave and mined all night. Day 4, I smelted iron, then I ran out of storage, so replay mod is here to save the day. I used bone meal and harvested the wheat, crafted a composter to compost wheat seeds, then I crafted a full set of iron armor. The item I got that day was glow lichen, so I dug down where the azalea tree was until I found clay. I dug out the clay, but I found nothing. I continued digging down and found a cave with a dead end. I made a pillar to remind myself there was a hole, because knowing me, I will fall in it. The item of day 5 was polished black stone wall, but I didn't like how slow I was going, so I started walking to find a village. I killed a lot of cows along the way. It was taking a really long time to find a village. I was in the desert, I was in the Badlands.
Stop the cap!
Okay, I wasn't. Villages don't generate in Badlands. I just wanted to make it dramatic. Day 6, the item was mossy cobblestone slab. I thought it was easy, so I continued searching for a village. The first structure I found was a rune portal. The chest was bad, but I found 2 gold blocks I could take, unlike the one at home. And this guy, he was tempting me, so I gave it to him and let his subordinates live, because when everyone dies, no one is sad, and that's not good. Anyway, I found a village after that, but I forgot I had bad omen. I stole as much wheat as I could, then I ran away.
Bruh.
With the pillagers coming after me, of course. I lured them away into the river. Then I went back to the village to get more loot and more wheat. I spent the night traveling home. At home, I crafted packed mud and mud brick walls. And finally, I was able to breed cows. They owed me. Day 7, the item of the day was crimson roots. I was kind of behind on collecting items, so I went into a nearby cave, hoping it would lead to a lush cave. It was a dead end, but I saw vines, so I crafted shears and sheared the vines to craft mossy cobblestone, then mossy cobblestone slabs. 100 of it into its own chest. I still needed glow lichen, so I went down the same hole to find a lush cave. I dug around and found water. It led me to a cave and I found some glow lichens, but nowhere near enough, so I went back up to look for a lava pool to go to the nether. I had already found one before, but it was too far, so I went in a different direction this time, and I found this suspicious looking stone in the plains biome. I made a portal and went in. I was immediately greeted by a ghast.
Dude, calm down, alright? You're ugly. It won't get fixed. You're ugly.
After insulting the ghast, I started collecting crimson roots. Day 8, the item of the day was yellow glazed terracotta, so I went back to the old world and to the Badlands to mine yellow terracotta. There was also a rune portal, so I checked it out, got gold, got a good chest plate, and a fortune 3 axe. When I got home, I saw a zombie villager. After some difficulties with the skeleton, I trapped the zombie. I mined some coal and smelted yellow terracotta on day 9, and the zombie villager burned to death.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
The item of the day was book and quill, which requires feather to craft, so I built a pen, used fortune 3 axe to harvest wheat, lured chickens to the pen, bred them, force fed until it grew up, and immediately made it breed. I grabbed the glazed terracotta when it finished smelting, put the crimson roots in its own chest, and yellow glazed terracotta in its own chest. At night, I went to a nether fortress, got some nether warts and soul sand, and looted some chests. Day 10, I started fighting blazes. When I got 2 rods, I left the nether to craft a brewing stand and brew some fire resistance potion, but I forgot to get magma cream. Before I went back to the nether, I chopped a few oak trees and crafted 100 oak fences. Now say it together. 100 oak fences into his own chest. Following instructions, like a dog. When that was done, I went back to the nether, found a basalt delta, smacked the ghast, saw a bastion, smacked the magma cube, no magma cream, smacked another ghast, smacked another cube, no cream again. Disappointed I was, so I spun the wheel for day 11.
No!
Yep, that's it. Day 11. I spun Netherite Leggings. To get 100 Netherite Leggings, you need 100 Netherite Ingots, which is 400 ancient debris. In stacks, it is 6 1/4. But before I started working towards it, I wanted to get everything else first, so I mined 100 Blackstone, went to the Bastion and got Magma Cream, got a Diamond Shovel, got a Snout Banner, got a Soul Speed 3 book, and more. Then I brewed some Fire Resistance Potions and got Blaze Rods. Day 12, the item was Crackstone Bricks, but I spent the day killing Endermen for Ender Pearls. It's a new mystery. How can there be so many Endermen when most of them lack balls? 14, that's the favorite age of every successful old man. When I got back to the old world, I was greeted by a phantom, so I poked my fingers in its eye and pulled its brain out. Why finger? None of my other organs are stiff enough to do it. When I got home, it was day 13, and look at this beautiful view of the sunrise, a wheat field, and a sun made of gold. Man, was it tempting. Unlike my ex. I turned all the bone and bone blocks into bone meal and used it on the gold leggings to get 100 of it. Then I turned all the blackstone into polished blackstone brick walls, put both into their own chests, fed the chicks, fed the cows, mined sand, smelted, brewed slow falling potions, then I slept because I didn't want to penetrate any more phantoms. Day 14, I crafted the Eye of Enders, started walking, made a friend. His name? Was he fast? No. Was he slow? Kinda. But was he a friend? Not for long. Anyway, on day 15, I got there, ducked down, found the stronghold, found the portal room, and you know what we do? We jump in.
What's up, you old ugly crusty female dragon without a husband? That's right, Donkey doesn't love you. Boo-hoo, your breath stinks.
I shot the crystals and rubbed the dragon's chin to prove a point that mind games win fights. I got a few more ender pearls. I went through the gateway, uncomfortably close to the edge of an island, did my least favorite thing, did it with stone, did it with wood, then I found it. Smacked the guardian, got a good helmet, good pickaxe, good shovel, and most importantly, the elytra. I put that baddie on, then I got myself a few sugar shells. Looted one more chest, then I left through the gateway and the portal.
It feels good to be back.
Day 18, the item was golden carrots, but I wanted to collect things from the previous days first, so I mined stone and deep slate, smelted the cobblestone. As that was smelting, I turned all the cobble deep slate into polished deep slate stairs. Then I collected gravel. When the cobblestone finished smelting, I turned all the stones into stone bricks. While I was waiting for the stone bricks to smelt into cracked stone bricks, I started collecting dandelions. It took until day 19 to get 100 dandelions, and the item of day 19 was Potion of Invisibility. The challenge just kept getting harder and harder. I crafted the dandelions into yellow dyes, then I grabbed the cracked stone bricks and started putting everything into its own chest. The slabs on top signified that the items had been collected. We had more than half done, but we were still behind, especially on day 11. So I went to the nether to collect twisting vines for day 17, but there wasn't any in the warp forest. I almost died as well. But with that being the case, I decided to fall into this hole all the way to version 1.16.2. Why are we in this version, you ask? Well, I'll tell you after I get wood, craft tools, upgrade the tools, farm wheat, get sheep, breed sheep, sear sheep, get diamonds, craft a diamond pickaxe, craft beds, explode the nether, mine ancient debris, and craft netherite ingots. Now the reason why we have to be in version 1.16.2, in this version, when you give a baby piglin an item to look at and a gold ingot after, it will duplicate the non-gold item when you kill it. So if you do that one more time, we can craft a block of netherite, and if we do it again 11 more times with a block of netherite, we will have enough for 100 netherite leggings. It was so much fun, I actually did it 2 more times. Bruh. But we still needed diamonds to craft diamond leggings, so I went back up the tube to version 1.16.5. In this version, I mine diamonds normally. Psych! I made a chest, locked out with a diamond block in my hand, cranked up the render distance to the max, relog, put the diamond in the chest, then forced the game to crash to task manager, relog, and the diamond had been doubled. So I did this a few more times, each time doubling the amount of diamonds until I had enough for 100 diamond leggings. With a smithing table, I turned all 100 diamond leggings into netherite leggings, then I put them in the nether, and just to prove I did it legit, it took me 7 hours. Anyway, I went back up the tube again to version 1.20, and when I went to that coordinate in the nether, the chest was there with all 100 netherite leggings. On the way back, I found a warp forest with twisting vines, so I collected that too. And finally, I got the twisting vines and 100 netherite leggings. Yeah. Day 21, I got another difficult item. But on day 20, I got oak slabs, so I did that first. Then I rearranged the chest and realized I forgot one item. That item being the book and quill. I wanted to get that one next, but my elytra was nearly broken. So I got some obsidian, went to the nether, and went to the savannah village from day 5. I came out in a big cave, but I knew I was in the right place when this showed up. Day 22, the item was red mushroom block, but I just relocated the portal, went home to prepare stuff, came back to the village, and destroyed all the beds and job sites to end the raid. Day 23, I tried to make a string duper, but it didn't work. So I built it again facing the south and it worked. Why? I don't know. I trapped all the villagers in boats and kept them in a nice and close place with 0 noise pollution. And after many days of suffering with phantoms, I slept. Day 24. Shelter! Pottery! Sure! But I just wanted to make a farm, so I collected materials, and to keep you entertained, I'm not gonna say what farm it is, I'll let you guess. Too slow, I built a villager breeder. But on day 25, I got another Sure. Day 26 was alright though. Just 100 iron chest plates. Yeah, that was sarcasm. Day 27 was actually good though because I got red sandstone stairs. I made the last competent villager work as a fisherman and he bought strings for emeralds. At night when he stopped working, I went to the nether to mine bone blocks. Day 28, I went back to the village to use bone meal on the carrots and the item of the day was snout banner. I had already found one from day 11 though, so I wasn't worried. I continued farming carrots and gave them to the villagers to speed up their production. Day 29, the item of the day was a brush, so I mined a lot of copper but only crafted one brush because I didn't have enough feather for 100. Then I went out to the sea to look for an ocean rune. I found one pretty quickly and used the brush, but the only shirt I got was angular. The next ocean rune was massive, but all I got were 2 snort shirts. And the item of day 30 was splash potion of water breathing. I went back to the village because flying with an elytra would be faster than using a boat. Day 31, the item were turtle scoots. But first, I needed these little kids to grow up to fix my elytra. While I was waiting, I traded with a fisherman. With the emeralds I got, I upgraded the farmer to master level and bought golden carrots, which is the item of day 18. I couldn't buy all 100 at once, so I only got 24. After that, with the moss block I got from a shipwreck, I used bone meal on it and got 8 flowering azaleas. Some villagers had also grown up, so I got one out, crafted a lectern, and broke it until I got a silk touch librarian. I needed silk touch to collect red mushroom block for day 22. Day 32, the item was acacia fence, so I took care of that quickly. Then I got a villager and broke the lectern until I got mending. Did the same with another villager until I got unbreaking too. Day 33, I put a fisherman in a hole and another and another. Then I traded with them until I had enough emeralds for the books to put on my elytra. After that, I went to the nether to chop crimson stems. Then I turned the stems to hyphae and stripped them because that was the item of the day. Day 34, the item was deep slate copper ore, so I traded with a farmer to get enough emeralds for silk touch on my pickaxe. Then I went down to the cave and started mining. Deep slate copper was harder to find than I thought, so day 35 I was still mining copper and redstone. Then I found a skeleton spawner. I almost died again. Then I found a zombie spawner and another zombie spawner pretty much next to each other. I got a few items from the chests, but the beetroot seed would be the most useful. Day 36, I got wax block of copper, so I mined some regular copper ore too. Then I continued mining deep slate copper until day 37 when I had enough. And day 37, another pottery. Sure. I had already found it though, so I wasn't worried. I couldn't remember where I came from, so I dug up, and when I got out, it was morning of day 38. The item for day 38 was light gray glazed terracotta. When I got back to the village, I traded with a fisherman to fix my elytra. Then I started looking for ocean runes again. I found one immediately and I got a shirt, but it wasn't shelter. So I found more ocean runes. I got attacked immediately by a trident guy. Unfortunately, he didn't drop it, but I got a sniffer egg from the sand, another shell from a drown, and another shirt, but it wasn't shelter. Another sniffer egg. Then on the morning of day 39, I got it. I brushed a few more sand to get more, but the only type I got was snort. I was still not done with shirts though. I still needed the plenty shirt, which generates in cold ocean runes, so I tried to look for it. Along the way, I found turtles, so I bred them and got the eggs. Then I found a dark oak forest, so I collected 100 red mushroom blocks. Nearby was an azalea tree, so I dug down and collected 100 flowering azalea, but it took all of day 40 to do so. Day 41, the day of raw copper. I continued the search. I found some beautiful biomes, got a bee nest. Then I found what I was looking for, the cold ocean. The first ocean rune was easily found, and the first shirt I got was the one I was looking for. I brushed more gravel blocks, but I didn't find anything, so I built another portal, went through, and got back to the village on day 42. When I got back, I put everything away except the shirts and a few other items. Then I logged out, logged back in, put the chokers in the chest, and forced a crash. That's right, the glitch still works in 1.20. And I did it for all of night 42 until I had more than 100 of everything. And to anyone who thinks this is cheating, yes. No, I'm joking. To collect any one of these items in 100 days is pretty much impossible while collecting other items every day. So this is the only way. Anyway, day 43, the item was sea lantern, but I didn't want to collect it yet, so I made a place for turtles to hatch. Then I got 2 villagers out, made one of them sell fortune, and the other one sell looting. Day 44, the item was smooth stone slab, but I collected the item for day 18 first. At night, I went to the nether to collect crimson fungus. At first, I was running around collecting it, but I thought it was too slow, so I tried using bone meal. That was even slower. So I went back to running and eventually got 100 of it. Day 45, the item was purple pillar, so I went to the stronghold, but before entering the end, I tried to look for the library. I dug a few holes but found nothing, so I tried using replay mod, and this? Yeah. That's all of my stronghold. I had the perfect stronghold for a speed run, but for survival, it's dog crap. Anyway, I built another portal to make it easier the next time I come out here. Then I jumped in and started looking for an end city. It did not take long to find, and it did not take long to collect the item. Except I didn't realize it was the wrong item. So I started day 46 by mining the actual purple pillar. The item of the day was spruce boat with chest. After I was done collecting the purple pillar, I looted the end city, then left. I respawned in the village, but I went back home, grabbed the Eye of Enders, went a bit further from the first stronghold, and threw the eye. It led me to a desert. Day 47, I dug down until I reached the stronghold. When I found the library, I took all the books to compensate for my inability to read. On the way home, I passed by a mesa, so I collected some light gray terracotta. At home, the mobs were after me and the phantoms were screeching, so I slept. And a day after just leaving the mesa, I got orange glazed terracotta. But that's alright. I set up the furnaces and smelted the light gray terracotta blocks. Then I mined some obsidians and crafted an enchanting table and a diamond sword. I enchanted a pickaxe and a sword. Then I added looting and fortune to them. After that, I bred the chicks and the cows. Then I spent the night of day 48 until the early morning of day 49 getting all the ink sacks I needed to craft 100 book and quills. Day 49, the item was smooth sandstone slab, but my first priority was breeding animals. Then I mined redstone with fortune to craft 100 redstone torches for day 23. I also crafted an axe and chopped wood to craft all the chests I needed for 100 different types of items, but it took so long to rearrange and add the new items inside. It was already nighttime of day 50 when I finished. And on day 50, I spawned another tough item. To get a lot of shulker boxes, I just needed a shulker farm, so I went. Yeah, I duped it. There's now a banner for day 28 as well, and it took all of day 51 to do so. On day 51, the item was dark oak fence, which is pretty easy. The item for day 52, on the other hand, very hard. But first, it was time to kill all the chickens I had been farming. I had enough feathers to craft 100 brushes and 100 book and quills, but I accidentally turned a whole stack of ink sac into black dye. So on day 53, I got more ink sacks and crafted 100 books and quills for day 9. Then my cows escaped, so I killed them for their leathers, and I enchanted my axe to chop bamboo to craft item frames for labeling the chests. I finished labeling at noon of day 54, and the item of the day was iron leggings. But I wanted to work towards the item for day 42 and 47 first, so I made a new pen, got sheep, dyed the sheep, and bred them. Day 55, the item was wild armor trim, which is the one that generates in jungle temples. Fortunately, I spawned in the jungle and I found a temple pretty quickly, but it had 0 trim. I tried to look for another temple, but I found a dark oak forest instead, so I chopped some wood to craft 100 dark oak fence gates for day 51. At night, I flew to the Badlands to mine some orange terracotta. After I was done with that, I went into a cave to mine gold because gold generates way more in this biome. I needed raw gold for day 39 and gold to craft golden leggings for day 2, so that would be about 13 stacks of gold in total. Another ore I needed was copper. I needed raw copper for day 41 and copper to craft 100 wax copper blocks for day 36, so that would be about 16 stacks of raw copper. It was a lot to mine, so that was all I did for day 56. The only cool thing that day was a spider spawner and the other side music disc. Morning of day 57, I had about 6.5 stacks of gold, and on the morning of day 58, after 2 days of straight mining, I had enough gold and copper. But before I left the Badlands, I collected red sand, sandstone, and cactus. At home, I set up a bunch of furnaces, then smelted copper and gold. After that, I planted the cacti, got rid of the weeds, and replaced it with beetroot. Day 59, I planted potatoes because I spun cooked pork chop. I also built another pen and got pigs from a very far place. It wasn't actually that far, but it was difficult because of the mobs at night. When the gold finished smelting, I crafted 100 golden leggings for day 2. I also crafted 100 copper blocks, but I still needed honeycomb to wax it. So the first thing on day 60, I got one more bee nest, then I made a place to populate them. I also crafted 100 wooden swords because that was the item of day 60. After that, I chopped oak logs to craft 100 oak fence gates for day 57. I also crafted many other items and put them into their own chests. Day 61, the item was very easy. 100 iron nuggets easily crafted and into his own chest. Then I realized I only had one bee, so I flew over this mountain to find a bee friend for my lonely bee. Day 62, the item was stripped cherry log, but first I farmed some cacti, then I turned some lapis into blue dye and crafted cyan dye into his own chest. Then I flew to the cherry grove I had already found and collected 100 stripped cherry logs. Then I got another bee net. Wrong pickaxe, but I escaped and got some poppy from a meadow nearby. Then I saw a taiga, so I chopped some wood. I needed about 5 stacks of spruce logs to craft 100 spruce boats with chests. It took until the afternoon of day 63 to finish, and it took painfully long to craft 100 boats with chests. But on day 64, I completed both the stripped cherry logs and spruce boats with chests. Then I went to mine deep slate to craft polished deep slate for day 63. After that, I realized it takes 6 beetroots to craft 1 beetroot soup. That is ridiculous, so I relocated my nether portal, got some villagers, destroyed the villager breeder, got some more villagers. I spent all of day 66 moving the villagers in the nether. There may have been a weird accident as well. Bruh. Day 67, I got them all out. Once they all got out, I made a new villager breeder, and it took all of day 68. Day 69, the item was honeycomb blocks, so I crafted beehives and bred more bees. Then I killed some chickens because their eggs were lagging the game. Still kept enough to repopulate them later though. Then I moved the last villager into the breeder after I cured him, and I started shearing the sheep. I got 100 black wool pretty easily, but I also needed 100 black beds for day 67, so I needed about 4.5 stacks. When I had enough, I chopped a big jungle tree to craft 100 beds, black wool and black beds into their own chests. Then I went back to the village to buy more golden carrots, but I was too late, so the villager couldn't restock. Fortunately, the turtles had hatched, so I force fed them until they grew up and gave me scoots. And you guessed it, 100 scoots acquired. Day 71, I went to shop acacia logs for the item of day 70. When I had enough, I traded with the farmer one last time for 100 golden carrots. Then I left to the nether to mine some nether bricks. At home, I turned those nether bricks into stairs, crafted 100 acacia boats, and put 4 items into their own chests. Day 72, I spent the whole day building 2 iron farms. Day 73, I got another shulker box as an item, but I spent most of the day moving villagers into the iron farm. It was going well until this happened, but it was nighttime anyway, so I lured one zombie to the farm and trapped him. Then I got the minecart out and started moving the villagers again. I needed one more villager for the second farm, but I was against child labor, so I started working on the killing area. Once that was done, there was also a willing adult, so I got him into the farm. Then I lured a zombie to the farm. I also did not almost die. Not even close. I showed the villagers the zombie, and with that, the farm was working very well. Day 75, the item was glass pane, so I got some sand to smelt. As I was waiting for it to smelt, I crafted stone brick slabs for day 72. Then I collected melon slices for day 71. Melon slices, stone brick slabs, and glass panes collected. After that, I started working on the beetroot farm. It started on the night of day 75, but it took all of day 76 and a little bit of day 77 to finish. Day 77, the item was green concrete, so I collected cacti, sand, and gravel to craft green concrete powder, turned the powder to concrete, then I collected jungle logs to craft jungle fence gates for day 76. Day 78, the item was packed ice, so I went to a cold ocean near the stronghold and got 100 packed ice very quickly. On the way back home, I killed some ghasts for their tears, endermen for their pearls, wither skeleton for nothing but got something, and blazes for their blaze rods. Day 79, I mined a lot of sand to craft end crystals and bottles, then I resummoned the ender dragon to collect its breath. When I filled all the bottles up, I killed the ender dragon again. Then I brewed poison potion, turned it into a lingering potion with the dragon's breath, and crafted 100 arrows of poison. Day 81, I wanted to relax, so I fished. That was a lie. I needed pufferfish, and I got it very quickly. With the pufferfish, I brewed water breeding potions, turned it into splash potion with gunpowder, and brewed invis potions. Then I crafted a few light blue shulker boxes before I... If you're wondering why I have to dupe the potions, why can't I just brew them? I'll be honest, I wasn't confident at all that I would be able to collect everything in time. The inflatable fish is pretty rare. Day 83, I went to the nether to mine nether bricks for day 82. Then I noticed my farm produced 0 beetroot, so I tried adding another villager, and... yeah, that was 8 stacks of beetroot seed gone. I had to farm more beetroot seeds, which took so long. For some reason, bone meals barely work on beetroots, but eventually I got enough seeds and I successfully got a villager in. Gave him the seeds after because I learned. After that, I started collecting cocoa beans because it was the item of the day. Day 84, the item was nether brick wall, but before that, I dyed all the sheep white and sheared them to craft 100 white beds for day 64. Then I went to the nether to get nether bricks for nether brick walls for day 84. I still needed another type of wall though, so I mined some sandstone for sandstone walls of day 81. Day 85, I got yet another waxed copper block. But before that, I dyed the sheep red and sheared them. After I got the red wool, it was time for light gray wool. Red wool for day 42 and light gray wool for day 68. Then I crafted a few things to build a bee farm. But don't pay attention to the bee farm. Take a look at this. I got a music disc for day 86. I didn't even know what disc that was. And day 87, another waxed copper block. But it was okay because the bees had been working hard. Right? They don't work at night. So that night, I tried to get music discs from creepers by having skeletons shoot them. I got a disc really quickly, but it wasn't the one. Another one shortly after, but it wasn't the one. And look at this shot. It went over the creeper's head and lands right on my left nipple. Crazy aim. I got one more disc, but it wasn't the one. Day 88, I realized I forgot to plant flowers for the bees. I almost killed them with water when I tried to give them flowers, but in the end, it worked out. After that, I started mining copper because I needed about 10 stacks of raw copper after spinning them so many times. With Fortune 3, it was pretty fast. Now this is somewhat significant. I thought I had my elytra on, so I jumped, but I didn't have my elytra on, so I fell down the ravine, but I saved it with the scaffolding. Would I have died? Probably not. I probably would have lived with 1 heart, but I barely pulled something like this off, so I want to show it. Smelting away. Day 89, the item was lectern, but I noticed something that day. The beetroot farm was not working. I was annoyed. I built the wrong farm. So I made a new sword, enchanted it with fire aspect, combined it with my old sword, and killed pigs to release my anger and get the item for day 59. For my stomach too. I tried again with the music disc. The first wasn't the one. The second wasn't. Oh, it is! I got all 100 discs, but it took all of day 90 because the glitch barely works in 1.20. Anyway, on day 90, I spun grass blocks, so I got them. Then I went to the iron farm to craft 100 iron leggings and 100 iron chest plates. Chest plates for day 26 and leggings for day 54. To celebrate getting those items, I killed a few villagers. No, I'm joking. It wasn't to celebrate. There were just too many of them. It was lagging the game. I harvested some beetroots, then I realized I only needed 22 more to craft 100 beetroot soup, so I pulled my bone meal out of my pants and rubbed it on the crops until I had enough to craft 100 beetroot soup soup for day 40. Day 92, the item was cyan stained glass, but all I did that day was crafting cut copper and laying them out to oxidize. I did get a trident while laying out the copper though. With the trident, I wanted to go to an ocean monument to collect prismarines, but I realized I miscalculated the amount of copper I needed. I actually needed 8.5 stacks more, so I quickly and easily got it with Fortune 3. Smelting away part 2. Day 94, the item was very hard. 100 gas tiers. I didn't get to it right away though. I chopped wood to craft 100 lecterns for day 89, then I laid out more copper blocks. After that, I went to the nether, not to kill ghast, but to chop warp stems for day 91. When that was done, I went to the Sosan Valley to kill ghasts, but this skeleton took the last shot, so my looting 3 didn't work. Bruh. I found another one anyway though, and I got 3 gas tiers from it, but I had to go back home because I was low on rockets. Day 95, the item was white terracotta. I did not care. I smelted sand and crafted cyan stained glass for day 92. Then I went to chop birch logs to craft 100 birch signs for day 66. After that, I enchanted my trident, crafted a diamond hoe, enchanted it, put silk touch on the hoe, chop acacia logs for day 79, and went into a deep dark cave to get skulk veins for day 65. After that, I went back to the cold ocean because there was an ocean monument nearby. I drank an invis potion, broke in, and killed the elders who were not fit to work. Then I collected prismarine blocks for day 53 and 88, and sea lantern for day 43. When that was done, I flew to a snowy mountain to collect the item of day 97. On the way back, I collected sunflower because it was a good source of yellow dye, and I actually needed it later. Day 98, I was desperate, so I used shunkbase.com to find a jungle temple. I went there and got 2 wild armor trims. Then I used shunkbase again to find a mangrove swamp and went there. It took quite a while to find a frog, but when I found it, I trapped him. I didn't have a lead on me though, so I went back home to get a lead. Then I relocated the nether portal closer to the frog, went in to check if it was safe. It was 100% safe. I got the frog to the nether and took him to a basalt delta nearby where he ate magma cubes and pooped out pearlescent frog lights. I went back out to find a coral reef, but found this weird glitch instead. I couldn't find a coral reef in the end, so I went back home to try there. I looked for it from dusk till dawn, but I still couldn't find it, and the 100 days were over. I was not able to collect every item in time, but to end the video like this would be like pooping and cutting the last piece in half because you don't want to be late for school or work, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna continue until I collect everything on the list. Day 101, I was still looking for a coral reef. Day 102, I found a coral reef and got horn coral for day 80. Day 104, I collected suspicious sand for day 93. If you're wondering what happened to day 103, I got lost. Anyway, I mined white terracotta for day 95, sheared blue sheep for day 98, crafted cobblestone walls for day 99, orange concrete for day 100, acacia boats with chests for day 79. Then I made a villager trading spot to trade quartz to craft smooth quartz stairs for day 96. And for these items, magic. Anyway, after that, I collected all the copper blocks and crafted the last 5 items for day 36, 69, 74, 85, and 87. And that is 10,000 items collected in 113 days. If you want to see the proof that all the chests are filled with 100 items, click on this video on the left. And if you want to see another one of my video, click on the right. I think I did a pretty good job with that video. Or you can try to look through my page and see what topic you're interested in. I have a few videos on there. And if you want 200 days of this challenge, let me know in the comments. Bye bye.